Things are finally starting to look a bit more positive for 2020 because the Premier League is back and we finally have a new Ferrari in town. Now, this is a car that's been a long time coming, the Ferrari Roma. We know Ferrari loves naming cars after Italian cities, so it was really just a matter of time before a car named after the Italian capital came around. The Roma is a very significant model for Ferrari because it addresses a gap in its entryway to Ferrari ownership by complementing the Portofino, which is a convertible, to kind of woo customers who don't need that win-in-your-hair experience in your first Ferrari. And well, it's easy to say that this is just a Portofino coupe, but that would be oversimplifying it because even though their platforms are the same, 70% of the chassis is basically new. Underneath the hood, front engine, there is the very familiar 3.9-litre twin-turbo V8, but you get about 20 horses more than the Portofino and an extra gear. So in terms of transmission, you get the same 8-speed DCT that we first saw in the SF90 Stradale hybrid. So first impressions, this car as something that Ferrari might pit against the likes of the AMG GT or Porsche 911 and Aston Vantage. It looks very, very promising. This is probably the freshest design we've seen from Maranello in years. And even though because you see, Ferrari, they have a knack of building cars that kind of go a bit too much in terms of the F1 derived sportiness and aggression, but this car is just so fluid and so elegant. But even though it looks like it wasn't shaped by a wind tunnel, there's actually quite a bit of clever aero going on. So there's vortex generators at the front, and even though you can't see, there is actually a retractable spoiler in the rear that generates about 95 kilos more downforce than the Portofino at 250 kilometers per hour. Speaking of performance figures, this car with 620 horses will do 0 to 100 in about 3.6 seconds, 0 to 200 in 9.3. So that's under 10 seconds to 200 kilometers per hour, all the way to about 320 kilometers per hour. But again, this is the kind of Ferrari that kind of forces you to pause, soak it all in, just marvel at how beautiful it is, regardless of how fast or how powerful it is. And I'm really liking it. So, last thing you need to know is how much this costs. And pre-taxes, before customization, before options, the base price is 968,000 ringgit. So yeah, once you factor everything in that you need to put it on the road, you do the maths last, probably about double. But yeah, gorgeous car, isn't it?